Now, the thing about systems and processes, and I got really caught up in this when I was starting out and trying to find my feet in business. The thing is, there are no rules. There's not some way that they all just have to look. It's not something that you need to get overwhelmed with. It's not something that you need to worry that you're getting right or wrong. Your systems and your processes just need to make sense for you, and they just need to work. So when the penny dropped with this, for me, it was really liberating. I realized that I could actually have fun with my business. I could do things my way. There wasn't some fixed formula. There weren't some set of rules I had to follow to build out these systems and processes. I just needed to write them out, and they just needed to make sense for me and for my team. So here's what some of mine looked like. This is an example of a position description that we used in our business. So this one was for a general manager's position, and some of the key features you can see here are these things like the overall objective that you're trying to meet within this role, the key duties and responsibilities of your general manager. What kind of performance measures have you got in place? How are you going to measure the performance of this staff member? What are some of the individual qualities that you're looking for in this person? What kind of qualifications and experience are you looking for and do they need? And lastly, of course, you need an area where you've both accepted and agreed the position description that has been built out for this employee. Next, an organizational chart, really, really valuable for any interested party, any potential buyer to see when they walk in. It's just going to give them that extra peace of mind. So here's an example of what mine looked like. We obviously had myself and my wife, the two directors. We had a general manager under us. We then had a number of travel and events designers. We had a number of event hosts that reported to our travel and event designers. We had an operations manager who reported to our general manager. We had a range of tour guides who reported to our office manager. And then on the side, we had a broad range of outsourced solutions. So we outsourced our marketing, our SEO and web. We outsourced our HR. We had a really fantastic outsourced HR organization. We outsourced our business coaching or business advice, our accounting, our IT and support. All of these were outsourced and they were managed, some by me, some by the general manager. So really easy to understand. Next, a roles and responsibilities document. So here's an example of ours at a time where we had 5 full-time staff in the business and we had a range of outsourced solutions. So this is one page. As you can see down the page, we've got in blue a number of categories: sales, marketing, operations. So this is page 1. On page 2, it looked very similar, but those categories were product, accounting, human resources, and administration. So I believe that in most small businesses, certainly in mine, you can literally put everything that happens in that business into those 7 categories. So the purpose of this roles and responsibilities document was to ensure that everyone in the business knew exactly what they were responsible for within those 7 categories, if they were responsible for things within those 7 categories. And more importantly, they knew what everyone around them was responsible for as well. And that's the key, because without building out a document such as this, a lot of people know what they're supposed to do. They're aware of their position description, but they have no idea what the people around them are actually responsible for, which leads to disconnection, can lead to disharmony, can lead to role confusion. So building out a roles and responsibilities document does wonders for the synergy of your business. It makes it flow, and this is exactly the kind of thing that an interested party wants to see. Next, a potential buyer really wants to see that you've got a sales and marketing process built out. So here's an example of what mine looked like for the corporate side of our business. So first of all, we talked about quoting, how you quote, where you can find the rates to quote for different types of corporate events, where you can find a template that you can use to create the quote, what needs to be sent to the client by way of attachments when you respond to their inquiry, what you need to do with the contact information after you've sent the inquiry so that it can be added to the database. Basically, every step in the process and the kind of steps that if anyone walked into your business and assumed this role, they could just follow step by step to complete that task. We used images, we used examples, we told people exactly where they need to find certain information, how they arrive at a price for the quote, the follow-up sequence, and the booking sequence. So once people actually decided to proceed with the booking, how was a booking confirmation document populated and presented, and how payment was taken, and how the payment process was managed.